Hi, it's me. I haven't posted in a little bit. Well, it's about a week. I'm a week out today from surgery. Um, the pain has been manageable. I don't have to take nearly as much pain medicine as I did when I first started. Probably 2 tablets a day, if that. I'm getting really, really sick of sitting on the couch. The downside to being super active now is that I don't like sitting for long periods of time. And so it's getting to the point where I just need to get out of the house. I'm going stir crazy with cabin fever. I desperately want out of the house. So we find little ways for me to go out. Like last night, Lee and a friend of ours, Patrick, who I'm going to mention a lot because he's pretty much always here, went out bowling with some friends of Patrick's, and so I tagged along, sat there with my foot up the entire time, watched them bowl. It was just nice to be out of the house. I went to the pet store with Lee and Patrick to get some dentistics for Sookie and to get a few other things, dog food for her. See, there's Sookie. Hi, Sookie. Just little things. I've had a couple of doctor's appointments in the last week or so. I went to my first post-op on Friday of last week to have the bandage changed, and I discovered that my incision on the top of my foot is about yay long, kind of goes in a zigzag pattern. And then there's another one under my baby toe and the toe next to it. That one's only like this big, maybe 2 stitches. I think that was probably the drainage tube. I go back on the 12th to have the stitches taken out and have an x-ray to see how it's healing. If it's healing well enough, then I'll be able to go in the moon boot and start bearing weight. Now, my concern is my pain level is very, very, very minimal now. If I keep it down too long, it starts to swell and it hurts. My concern is that once I start walking on it, the pain is going to intensify like 1,000 times. So I'm really kind of wanting to see how that manifests before I alert work and say yes, I can come back. I'm scheduled to be off for a month. I'd like to go back after 2 weeks, or 2 weeks and something. But as long as if the pain, quadruples from non-weight bearing to weight bearing, I'm not going to be able to, because the pain level already, when it's down too long, goes from like a 2, 1 or a 2, up to an 8 if it's down too long. And I'm not bearing any weight on it. I do put it down from time to time, just as a matter of, kind of keeping my balance. I've discovered that if it's up and I don't have anything underneath me, like as far as my scooter or whatever, I tend to tilt to the side, and that's the last thing I need is to fall down. So I just kind of set it on the ground. There's 0 weight. All my weight is held in my left leg. That way I don't, fall over and die. One of the interesting things that I have discovered is that it's so much easier now on the crutches. When I had a surgery before and I was non-weight bearing, I was much younger. I was in my 20s, but it has always been difficult for me on the crutches because A, I had next to no upper body strength, and B, I was super heavy. And if you think about it, when you're overweight, and this is an observation that I have from when we were really large, from when I was really large, is you're carrying the equivalent of another person on your back in a backpack. So you're carrying all this weight. So it's hard enough to carry it on your legs. You end up getting a lot of muscle in your legs from carrying all around, but the trade-off for that is that you really end up with joint damage, knee damage, ankle damage, hip damage. My knees and my hips are by far the worst. My left side is far worse than my right, which makes it difficult now because all of my weight is being bore on my left leg. But, like I said, it was difficult for me with the crutches. Now, it's like riding a bike. It is so easy, not just because of the decrease in weight, but the increase in my upper body strength. I have more upper body strength than I've ever had in my life. I still can't do a push-up, still can't do a pull-up, still can't do a chin-up, but I have tremendous upper body strength now. I can do things like I can plank. Yes, I start shaking, and yes, it makes me sweat a lot, but I can do it. And so being able to actually, ambulate on these crutches with relative ease is amazing to me. I did, however, make a mistake. I went out today. Like I said, I had a doctor's appointment. I had my psychiatrist. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've always fought depression my whole life, and so I went to a psychiatrist last year, and for the first time in a long time, I am completely and utterly stable, which is beautiful. Anyway, so I had my 6-month follow-up with my psychiatrist, and I thought, well, because, it's not like it is at my podiatrist where it's, a huge long walk into the building and then down to the elevator and up the stairs to upstairs to the third floor. No, it's not like that. It's you park, you go in the back, you go up a ramp, and you sit down. That's all it is in my psychiatrist's office. It's a tiny little practice, only 2 doctors. And so I just sat there, and that was fine. If that would have been the only place I was going to go with my crutches, would have been fine. But I had an errand I had to run. I am the executor of my uncle's finances, and his share of cost for his Medi-Cal, for his room and board, is due. And I haven't been able, in the past, like last month, I went to the bank, I pulled out 3 consecutive days, I pulled out 300, 300, 300, and then mailed off it, deposited the $800 in my account, and then, put aside the rest of it for him. And then once the money was deposited into my checking account, I wrote a check and mailed it out. Well, I haven't been able to go to the bank because I can't drive. And when Lee's home, we do other things because, he's not home all that often. So I ended up just asking my mother-in-law, who took me to the doctor's appointment, who's been taking me to the doctor, can we go to Save Mart just so I can get a money order? I mean, that's going to be simpler than having to go to the gym, not the gym. That's what's on my brain. Go to the bank, over and over again. And so, again, didn't take my scooter, just my crutches, and there were several spots right in front of the store. My mother-in-law is a creature of habit. I love her to death, but she's a creature of habit, so she parked away from the front of the building. It was only 2 or 3 spots in, not a huge deal, but I had to crutch inside, crutch to the customer service counter, wait for someone to come there, which always takes them forever, get the money order, buy my stamp books that I needed to buy, and then crutch all the way back out. And then back into the house when we got home. So I was very tired. So note to self, don't do that again. Anyway, as a result of my foot, we're not decorating for Christmas this year, so that's very bizarre to me. I did do my Christmas cards already. I have to get them ready to go out. But anyway, I wanted to post an update. I'll post another one probably once I see the doctor as far as my post-op goes. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, post in the comments below. And as always, have a great day, have a great week, and blessed be. Bye-bye.